Creating a life you're proud of, it can be hard work. It's what we want to, we got to protect it. We want to make sure that when we pass away, there's a plan for what happens next with it.
Absolutely, especially for the things that you value most. And attorney Jim Blazek can definitely help with that.
Yeah, he does. He returns from the estate planning law group of Blazek and Gregg. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
Good. We got some risotto for you this morning. I don't know if you grabbed
Yeah,
it
some
on your way
dessert, some beet salad.
Smells wonderful.
It was fantastic.
It's kind of torturous, isn't it, though? I mean, it smells so good. And it
Smells good, but food makes me think of family, and family makes me think of estate planning, because that's why we do estate planning.
Right.
I love the transition. And one of the things we're talking about today, we read about these revocable trusts, and we hear about them, we read about them, but really break it down. What are they?
You know, the best way to understand a trust is to compare it to a will. A will is a document that just says where my stuff goes when I die. That's what a will is, and we all understand wills, and we have a familiarity with wills. What a trust does is give you a set of instructions that basically says, do these things when I'm alive and well, do these things if I'm disabled, do these things when I pass away. So think of a trust as doing everything that a will can do for you, except it does it cheaper, better, and faster.
So why would someone want a revocable living trust then?
A revocable living trust, first, avoid probate. Probate can be a long, expensive process, and revocable trusts shorten that process and reduce that cost. But in addition to that, and I think more importantly than that, revocable living trusts offer a protective strategy that wills typically don't. For example, my trust would protect my assets in case my wife remarries when I die. I want to make sure that our assets go to our children. We have 8 children. I want to make sure assets go to our children.
You have 8 children.
You have 8 children. I was like, wait, what?
You glossed right over that.
Just go, yeah.
You come on the show so many times, I didn't know you had 8 children.
I got to work till I'm dead. You bet.
You're going to be working a long time there.
Also, revocable living trusts are designed, well, at least the way we design our trust, is we protect our clients' children from a divorce. Nobody wants to have their children inherit money only to lose half of it if they get a divorce later on.
Yeah.
So revocable living trusts offer a protective component that wills typically don't. And also, a lot of people are concerned with what I call bloodline protection. So if I give assets to my children, what happens to those assets when they die? If they've done a simple will, the assets I give my children will go to their spouse. They may remarry, and none of it goes to my grandchildren. So revocable living trusts, in addition to saving money by avoiding probate, offer a protective component that helps you keep your assets in your family. And that's especially true with what I call heirloom assets. Farmland, businesses, large holdings. You want to make sure it stays in your family for generations to come.
It seems like it takes into consideration life changes, not just your death, but all these other life changes that come along with your family members as well.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Most wills, 5 or 6, 8 pages long. This is a sample of a trust portfolio we deliver to our clients.
Wow, so that's what it would look like.
It's blank. The pages
we
are
don't want to give away any details.
Right, but I mean, it's laid out.
But
we can look at this and how organized it is and how nice this is laid out with different tabs. You know.
Bet. It has all the component documents in the notebook.
Right.
You have your revocable living trust and the pour-over will, financial powers of attorney, medical powers of attorney, all the pieces that make up a thorough estate plan.
Well, you can look at the tabs on the side. So you got the power of attorney, you got the funding instructions, pour-over will, health care, what happens in the event of if you get sick, trust assets. I mean, it covers the whole gamut.
There's so many things that a lot of people just don't even think of. So very well done. Would you say that this is better than a will?
Well, for some people it's better than a will. Everything should be based upon your planning goals. So we talk to our clients and we say what you want your plan to do for you. And for most people, the revocable trust is a better option. But for some people, the will is a better option. Typically wills, I would say newly married people, very small assets, but they have minor children. They want to name guardians for their minor children. Wills are very appropriate for those situations. As people have larger estates later in life, I think that a trust is a better option for those people.
I heard you talk about cost. How does the cost compare, a will from a revocable trust?
Well, the upfront cost for a trust is higher than a will, but the back-end cost is cheaper. So when you look at cost overall, a trust, although it's more upfront, in the long run, it's much cheaper than a will.
All right. Well, do you prepare wills and revocable trusts?
You do them both, yeah.
We do them both. We do them both.
Just wanna...
And it's all based on what is appropriate for the client.
And I guess that's a conversation you really need to have with the client when they come in to visit you. How do they set up those appointments?
Just call the office. All of our initial consultations are free of charge. Call the office, speak to our staff, and they'll schedule a free appointment at your convenience.
All right, well, Blazek and Gregg Estate Planning Law Group off of Dodge, 496-3432 if you'd like to call, or go to blazekandgregg.com.
Yeah, good
Great
information. I mean, yeah, because you break it down. I mean, you look at that. You could the upfront cost obviously is a lot more because the preparation that it takes to put that together. But like you said, on the back end, you'll save money.
It's necessary.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And protect your family.
Yeah.
You teach me so much.
Keep going. Yeah, you come back more often.
Yeah.
Jim, thanks a lot. We'll appreciate it.
On yesterday's show, this